This is the reality show on Calabash TV.
Yeah, you know this is the Godman. Blessed be the name of Jesus. You know Jesus Christ kept me. He kept me when things went wrong. He kept me when I felt like giving up. He kept me when I went through the fire and through the flood. You know his love never let me go. Listen.
We want to welcome to our studios here at Calabash TV, Denver, Godman Pierre. You may have seen him with his music videos on Calabash TV and also online. The latest one that we had, I think, was Change.
Yes.
And then he's had music videos before this, and Denver is back in studio with us to talk about some new singles that he has coming out that actually have been released. So far, Denver, welcome to Calabash TV.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be back here.
I want you to know Jesus is the way, the truth and the light. And if he tell you don't let go, he'll hold you close. I tell you, hold you with all of his might. And I will never let him go. Jesus Christ, I love him so. I will never let him go. Jesus Christ, I love him so.
Alright, Denver, you first came to my attention when I saw a couple of the music videos that you put out. I think I know one of your partners, Earl.
Yes.
Who made reference to me, and also Randall, who's used to be here with us, also spoke very highly of you and your music.
Yes.
And I know you through other through other businesses as well.
That's right.
So our paths have crossed multiple times,
Right.
and we appreciate that as well.
Yes.
But let's talk a little bit about the music, the reason why you're here, and so on. Before we actually get to the new singles that you have out, "The Sun Is Shining Again" and "Move," how did you get introduced to music first of all?
Well, well, it first started at kindergarten. That's when my talent was recognized by teachers. I actually grew up in church. I guess you know that. And I was playing drums at the age of 13. So being around the music, being around the singers, I developed a love and a passion for music and also for singing. In 2003, I could say that my musical journey really started because I started to sing in a number of concerts and different events around the island. In 2011, I released my first album. But before that, I started to write a number of songs. So when I had a full compilation, then I released the album. I got an opportunity in 2013 to sing at St. Lucia Jazz at Tea Time Jazz. And after that, I continued singing at different concerts. I got opportunity to travel and to sing overseas as well.
Earth, birthplace of the human race. A species capable of great compassion and great violence. An hour lesson to protect, a deeper revelation dawns. Our worlds have met before.
Somebody make some noise for Jesus! He's the player!
So when you started writing, what exactly were you writing about? As a young man growing up, what were the subjects that preoccupied your mind?
Well, in 2003, it was a major shift in my life. And this is when I accepted Christ as my Lord and personal Savior. So one of the first songs that I did, it was Praise the Father. So it was an expression of who God was to me. Yeah.
Excellent. Now you mentioned a phrase that I've always wanted people to explain to me. When you say you accepted Christ as your God and Savior, what exactly are you saying? What does that mean?
God exists.
Mm-hmm.
And when we come to the place of acknowledgement, not just acknowledgement, but you acknowledge Him and you decide at a certain point, you know what, I don't want to just acknowledge you, but I want to live for you. Mm-hmm. So before I knew He existed, but I didn't acknowledge Him.
So you got into music and you started writing songs that wanted to basically reflect your belief and your faith at the time.
Yes.
Talk to us about at what point, because sometimes a lot of us write songs, read poems and so on, but we never really put it out.
All right.
When you decided you want to record and release, what influenced the first couple of songs that you put out?
Well, I had some nights that I couldn't sleep.
Okay.
And I would just stay up late, and whatever would be going through my mind, or I would write about it. One of the other songs I wrote, it was Never Let Go. And it was basically through a personal experience. And to be honest, most of the songs that I write, they actually out of a personal experience. And, you know, knowing that you're going through that experience, that God is there with you.
And when I was caught up in sin, only one, Jesus Christ, would make me clean. So I sing about his love and kindness, cause he healed my blindness. And I will never let him go. Jesus Christ, I love him so. I will never let him go. Jesus Christ, I love him so.
So you can relate to exactly what you're singing and so on.
That's right.
And so what was the reaction when your first single was released? What was the reaction to your music and to you?
Oh, I got a lot of encouragement. And people would keep telling me, you know, don't stop, keep going. And I remember that the church I attended back then, it was Granivere Church of the Nazarene. And that church, when it came to music, they were really pressed on music. They always, music was a big thing in that church, Granivere Church of the Nazarene. And being part of that church, I could say it really influenced me, and the people would influence me. And then I remember I started getting calls from the different churches. One of my mentors, Bishop Emmanuel McLaurin, he wouldn't have a youth event without giving me a call. So, you know, all of that little encouragement and different people calling me and pushing me, it really helped a lot.
Now, I find your name quite intriguing, Godman. Explain to me the process that you went through, and when you, I'm sure you had to mention it to your pastor or to your church leader. What was their reaction to that?
Well, actually, there is not a group, but another young man and myself. We came together and we sang in a number of concerts, and at that point in time, we called ourselves B&D Godmen, and but we liked the feeling to Godman, so we said Godmans with a Z, and then you know, we went our separate ways, but then people continued calling me Godman, and then the name stuck with me. So at one point in time, I used to think, Godman, that's a serious name, because people would think, you know, is this man trying to play God? But not really. It wasn't out of anything like that. It just was a name that stuck with me. Yeah.
Okay, so once the song was released and people in your church and your followers began to accept you, you obviously started doing performances and so on.
Yes.
Before that, you said you were even in preschool, you were performing, so you already had the knack for performing.
All right.
But once you started performing and ministering through your music, how different was that compared to, let's see, what you were doing early on in school?
Well, the opportunities I got in school, and I can remember clearly, even when I went to RC Boys, there was a Christmas concert, it was, and Mr. Hall, Isai Hall, I think he was one of the teachers that recognized my talent, and also he wanted me to sing for Junior Calypso. But growing up in that Christian home, my mom, she said no. She didn't want me to take part in it. But I did enjoy singing back then, but then singing in the church, or not just singing a song, but singing a song with a message that would bring people closer to God, gave me a sense of fulfilling purpose. So it wasn't just singing a song, but I'm trying to fulfill something which I'm on earth to fulfill.
Okay. What is the first music video you released?
The first music video I released was Never Let You Go.
Good. So talk to us about that experience. First of all, filming it and then releasing it. Talk to us about, because I know you got quite a bit of reaction to that.
Yes. Well, as you mentioned a name earlier on, Earl Augustine. Earl and I, meeting Earl was like a divine appointment. And when we met, we gelled really well, and we became like best buddies. And with his experience in the music industry, I'm working with Emran Henry and organizing different events like Gospel Lipso. Earl was able to advise me. He was able to direct me, and he's like my manager. I could say manager. The thing is that it was more than that. We had this really good friendship. So he would really push me and guide me and direct me. So the experience of taking the music to another level, I didn't feel pressured. I felt like, we're just flowing with this. And we did that, and I got a lot of good reaction.
And though the road may seem rough and rugged, don't give up. He will never leave you stranded. And though you may seem homeless and hungry, don't give up. He will provide food and a bed. And I will never let him go. Jesus Christ, I love him so. I will never let him go. Jesus Christ, I love him so.
And the second video that you released, is it the second one? Change is the second video?
Was Change the second one?
Well, Change. Let's talk about the Change video then,
Change.
because I know that's the first one I actually got to see, I think, again through Earl.
All right.
Talk to us about this one and the artist involved, because you have a singer there with you as well.
Yes. Change. Yes. This one was an expression of going through transformation, coming from one place. As a teenager, the things will get involved in, and now you've come to a certain understanding that, I don't want to be like this anymore. So I want to try to be a better person, not meaning that you'll become perfect, but you've made up your mind that you want to be a better person.
This is the remix. We got Prophet Joel, we got Jackson, and yours truly, Godman.
I'm changed
By the power of the blood,
I'm changed
the one sent from above.
I'm changed
Yeah.
I'm changed
Transforming my man.
I'm changed
By the power of the blood,
I'm changed
the one sent from above.
I'm changed Ooh, I'm changed
I wrote this song when I was overseas, and was originally, I originally practiced it with a young lady by the name of Ruth. I remember we traveled to was it probably Dominica or Grenada, I'm not sure. But then when I wrote the song, we started to sing it, and I did the recording with her first. And but when I came to Saint Lucia, there was this guy by the name of Jackson, and I guess everybody knows Jackson. He has this incredible voice, and I decided to do a recording with him as well. So it was basically a remix. The one was a remix. The first song the first one is The Young Lady. We didn't do a music video, but with Jackson, and then I had my friend who came from the States, Joel Eugene.
My life has been broken like an alabaster. From the day I met Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, I've been renewed and transformed in my mind like Optimus Prime, and now I walk on the straight line. Formerly used to be the garbage of the world like a trash bag. God's mercy turned my life around like a snapback. So clap your hands, wave it up high. Be bold, look sin in the face and tell it bye bye.
And we come from a long way. So since he was in St. Lucia, I said, Joel, you know what, let's get to the studio. You put a verse, I do my verses, Jackson is here, and we'll connect with Earl and we'll just blow it up. So we did that, and it was amazing. That song, we sent it out to some of the different television stations, and I got a lot of airplay.
When I was 16, I was a teen who was seeking for love. I didn't know true love came from above. Got mixed up with the wrong crowd. I never thought I wouldn't make my dad and mom proud. Well, I could have been dead, but I'm still alive. Must have been the grace of God that I survived. I was a slave of sin, but I'm still a slave of him. I'm talking about the one in John 3:16.
Good. Now, at the time, what music studios, who are you working with in terms of the music?
Okay, I remember the first time I went to a music studio. Basically, remember I told you I was writing songs and singing songs, but I never recorded the song. To me, singing was just good enough for me. And there is this young man by the name of Derek Regis. He said, Denver, I'm going to the studio. Let's go with me. So I decided to go to the studio with Derek. And it was this DJ called DJ Grace. He's now operating in Trinidad. And we went to the studio, and he had some beats, and I sang on the beats. I went home, I did some stuff, and then I recorded. So most of the songs on the first album I released, it was done by DJ Grace or Jermaine Sealy.
And just to be, Jermaine Sealy is from St. Lucia?
Jermaine Sealy is from St. Lucia.
But he's now based in Trinidad?
But he's now based in Trinidad.
Okay.
Then the song Changed. It was recorded by Ziggy. I don't know if you know that name.
I know Ziggy.
Yeah, it was recorded by Ziggy. And I remember the first time I went by Ziggy. Ziggy was very excited. You know, he said, "You guys have something. You guys could do something big." And you know, coming from a small place, that this is one. And I saw him in town yesterday, and when we spoke, I tell him, "Bro, that's the song that really touched a lot of lives, and you're the one who did it." And I've done some other recordings with him that is already done, and I'm going to be doing some more with him.
I am changed
By the power of the blood,
I am changed
the one sent from above.
I am changed Ooh, I'm changed.
Yeah, it goes like this.
Come on.
I cannot not mention Kenson from K-Lab Studios. Kenson, I have recorded a number of songs with Kenson. Actually, the album I have coming out, most of the songs I did it by Kenson. And I developed a very good relationship with him. I felt very comfortable working with him. Yeah, so when those songs are released, I think he's going to be really happy because it has been a very long time coming.
Oh, definitely.
You are watching the reality show streaming live on stluciafirst.com.
Yeah, yeah. Whoa. Yes. We shall have a good time. Yeah. Whoa.
Okay, so let's talk about the first single that we have. The Sun is Shining Again. What is the inspiration behind that song?
The inspiration behind Sun is Shining Again is at a particular point in my life. I think that I could say that was the most difficult thing that I ever experienced at that time in life. And I remember I had a dream, and in the dream I was in a house, and I pulled the curtain of the windows, and I opened the door, and it was just dark and gloomy. And that's exactly how I felt in my life at that point in time. And all of a sudden, the weather changed, and everything in the dream changed. So it wasn't dark, it was really bright. But it was basically me coming out of a situation, a difficult, very difficult situation in my life. And after that, I wrote this song. But I remember that while writing that song, I didn't just write it for myself. It was also a song which was written for the nation. So I didn't just want it to be a self-expression, but I wanted it to also impact lives.
Shining again, shining again, shining again. I'm ready to face the world. No time to twist and turn. Got my bags packed and I'm not turning back. I will speak to the nations, I will sing to the nation. I see joy in your nation, I see love in your nation, perfect peace in your nation. There is hope for your nation. It's a big celebration. What a grand visitation.
Now we noticed it was produced by Francis Leebo de Lima and also mixed by Leebo, and also he's also featured on the second single that you're releasing as well, which is called The Move. First of all, talk to us about what it's like working with Leebo.
Working with Leebo was one of the greatest experiences that I've had. He is my first impression of him. He's very genuine. He wants the best to come out of you. So he will push you, he will direct you, he will guide you into greatness. Actually, I could say that I felt like I worked with a legend. we had a lot of good times, meaning that whenever I was in the studio, Leebo would raise the topics. Let's talk about God. Let's tell me what you understand. Let me tell you what I understand.
Girl, your love is like rain, baby. Pouring all over my body, I can hardly ever contain, baby.
You know, while doing the recordings with him, doing studio time, I remember that, you know, I'm just starting off. I've never signed a record or any deal or anything like that. And the money-wise, he said, don't worry, when you get the money, you'll pay me. And there's a statement that Leebo said to me. He said that my talent that I use, I don't do it for the money. I have bills to pay, I have things to do, but I don't do it for the money. He said, as long as you do it for the money, you have lost the true nature of what you're trying to do. So he's been a very patient man with not just me, but with a lot of people.
You're stuck in my head like that melody. Gotta hear it again and again and again and again and again. And even though you're not here with me, girl, you're always on my mind. Like every day. You're stuck in my head like that melody. Gotta hear it again and again and again and again and again. And even though you're not here with me, girl, you're always on my mind.
Move is the single that you've also released, also produced again by Leebo as well. It's a very interesting title. So talk to us about Move.
Well, Move and Sun is Shining Again was written around the same time. So then when I'm in the groove, I'm just writing. So Sun is Shining Again was coming out of a difficult season, but Move is basically to break a mindset that you attain for a difficult time. So basically, when you go through something hard, a traumatic event, it could affect you. It could cripple you. You could have a certain amount of fear. You feel paralyzed. But Move is basically a song that is very energetic, and it reinforces who you are so that you could move into the destiny that God has for you. So basically, you now feel empowered to whatever's in your way. Get out of my way, and now moving into my destiny.
If you happy and you know it, let me see your rag. If you happy and you know it, let me see your flag. If you happy and you know it, put your hand on the air, hand on the air, hand on the air, hand on the air. Now tell the devil, move, get out the way, move, get out the way, move, get out the way. Let me praise my God, move, get out the way, move, get out the way, move, get out the way. Cause he's a fraud, move, get out the way.
So the songs came in that sequence? The Sun came out first and then the Move? Or it just happened that way?
It just happened that way, yeah.
Interesting.
And when you get to listen to a lot of the new songs, you realize it has a very personal thing to it. Personal thing, yeah. And I think some of my best songs come out of my hardest season.
Yo! I am anointed and I come to set the captive free. Still all the devil want to do is stop my destiny. Building walls and setting traps all around me. Some will get close and laugh and smile, but still my enemy. Shooting arrows of jealousy and envy. And if God be for me, then who can be against me? So I rise with might, power and authority. Good over evil, stand on the devil. Let's take praise to the higher level. Move, get out the way. Move, get out the way. Move, get out the way. Let me praise my God. Move, get out the way. Move, get out the way. Move, get out the way. Cause he's a fraud. Move.
Okay, so now you've released those songs. In terms of your plans, are you planning any concerts, or you still continue to work on that second project?
Oh, I'm working on the second project. I'm presently working on music videos. I'm working with 2 different churches to help them with 2 major concerts coming up. And definitely I have to have a concert of my own, by the will of God.
You thought you knocked me down, but I have overcome. Circumstances held me back for so very long. Yes, you brought me pain, and you brought me shame. What you stole from me, double God will make me gain. Yes, I've been set free, I have liberty. Your chains and shackle has no legal rights over me. I am wiser now, got new strategies. I use the word of God to make the devil flee from me. Move, get out the way. Move, get
get out the way, move, get out the way. Let me praise my God, move, get out the way, move, get out the way, move, get out the way.
Interesting, I found out as well that you're also an artist, and I seen your write up there that you're an artist and entrepreneur as well.
Yes.
How does that complement your music? You, the escape of art, and also writing.
So with the drawings and the paintings, I started from young, probably from kindergarten as well, and but at St. Mary's College, when I went to St. Mary's College, I could remember that I did very good. I actually graduated with the award for the best artist. I was actually taught under Luigi St. Omer. And after I left school, I never gave up on my art. I worked in the tourism sector for a while, and I sold a lot of paintings to tourists. So I sold paintings all around the world. And even after I left that sector for a while, I don't know what happened, but in life you go different directions. But then at a certain difficult period in my life, I remember this guy came up to me and he said, I need a piece. I need a piece. And then I got a big breakthrough. So I'm like, hold on, if I could get this breakthrough, I can't give up on this gift. And from then I started to pursue the gift and push it as far as it could go. I came up with this business called DGP Arts, which is Denver Pierre, where I could not just paint something and try to sell it by the road, but do it on a very professional level. So if you go on Facebook, or you could check out DGP Arts, then you'll see my paintings displayed in a very professional way.
Now, are there particular themes that you paint, or you just paint whatever comes to your imagination?
Whatever comes to my imagination, because I love modern, contemporary, abstract work. But if I see an image and I find that image is interesting to me, I would go ahead and paint it. But we live in an era where people are more attracted to modern, contemporary. So in a certain time, you had the Picassos, when you sit down, they would paint you, but now we have the smartphones and click, and you even have an app to make it look like a painting. Right. But the abstract is a little more appealing to people, because we live in an era where everybody's interested in interior decorating, making sure things look a particular way.
We appreciate the work that you've put out, both in terms of your music, your ministry, and also your art as well.
Right.
And so we want to encourage you to continue. We will be here to support you. So thanks so much for giving us the time, and we wish you all the best with your singles, Sun is Shining Again and Move.
Thank you very much.
It's my time to rise, rise, rise. It's my time to shine, shine, shine. It's my time to put all my troubles behind. It's my time to shine, yeah. It's my time to walk, it's my time to run. It's my time to dance and sing my song. It's my time to preach, it's my time to teach. It's my time to make the devil move. Get out the way, move. Get out the way, move. Get out the way. Let me praise my God. Move. Get out the way, move. Get out the way, move. Get out the way. Cause he's a fraud. Move. Get out the way, move. Get out the way, move. Get out the way. Let me praise my God. Move. Get out the way, move. Get out the way, move. Get out the way. If you happy and you know it, let me see your ride. If you happy and you know it, let me see your flag. If you happy and you know it, put your hand on the air, hand on the air, hand on the air, hand on the air. Now tell the devil move. Get out the way, 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 move. Get out the way.
This is our reality, Calabash TV.